日本代表の小林でございます。
Hello, welcome everyone to the Tesla first handover event. I'm very excited to be here in Japan, and we're looking forward to Japan being one of our most important markets in the world for Tesla. As we're going to talk about in this presentation, we're making a big investment in Japan in charging infrastructure. So with the Tesla Supercharger network, by the end of this year, you'll be able to go to approximately 50%. There we go. So by the end of this year, we expect that you'll be able to travel for over half of your journey, maybe as much as 70% of your journey, using the Tesla Supercharger network. And by next year, you'll be able to travel anywhere in the 4 islands, just using the Tesla Supercharger network.
すみません、日本のデリバリーがここまで遅れた理由を教えていただければ。
The reason it's taken a while to do deliveries in Japan is that, first of all, we needed to make the car right-hand drive. So we needed to complete the right-hand drive activity, and then we needed to complete Japanese language translation. So that now that those 2 things are complete, we were able to start delivering the cars. We didn't want to deliver a car that was in English or left-hand drive or something like that. And we also wanted to make sure that our initial superchargers were active.
テスラにとって日本の技術と日本の仕事はどのぐらい重要なんでしょうか。
I think, Japanese technology is extremely important to the future success of Tesla, particularly through the battery pack, with Panasonic being our main strategic partner across all things. Panasonic is our #1 partner. They're also a shareholder in the company, as is Toyota, where we have also sort of some joint activity. But I see going quite long into the future, Japan being a critical partner, particularly on the very most important thing about electric cars, which is the battery. You've probably read about the Gigafactory, and again, that's where Panasonic will be our primary partner. But there are also a bunch of other partners that supply Panasonic, such as Hitachi and SMM and many others. So there will be actually many Japanese companies in that industrial complex. Oh yeah. Yeah, I went to Jiro Ramen place last night in Shinjuku. It was very good. They gave me this huge bowl. They gave me a huge bowl, like this big. But it was very good food, and it was just totally random. I was just walking down the street with my friend, and we said, "Hey, this place looks cool. Let's eat here." And then we put the money in the machine, ordered the thing. I think it cost like 700 yen. Had some Asahi beer. It was awesome. I really liked it.
Bloomberg News, right here.
Hey.
So Japan is getting very much behind hydrogen fuel cell vehicles as a sort of next generation technology. And I know you made very clear your thoughts about that technology. But do you have any, are your feelings any different here in Japan, where the government is getting behind this so forcefully with large subsidies and support for infrastructure?
Well, I mean, as you alluded to, my opinion is that fuel cell vehicles are not the right technology solution. But I think there maybe is some value to experimenting with different new technologies. So I'm not, in general, I would support trying out multiple new technologies. My personal opinion is that hydrogen is not the way to go, not just because I'm an electric car company. I mean, I could have started a hydrogen car company. So this, my opinion, predates Tesla. My interest in hydrogen are just that it takes an enormous amount of energy to separate, to create hydrogen in the first place. It's not actually occurring on Earth. So you've either got to electrolyze water or you've got to crack a hydrocarbon. If you electrolyze water, it's much, much less efficient by a factor of 3 or 4 than simply charging an electric car with battery.
エネルギーコストについてお伺いをしたいんですが、日本は今原発が止まっていること、そして海外から輸入する燃料費が非常に問題になっています。車を動かす動力のエネルギー源、今後日本の展望について、そしてテスラ社の戦略についてお伺いしたいんですが。
Absolutely. Well, with respect to energy generation, I think by far the most important thing is solar power, because the sun is actually quite reliable as an energy source, and the Earth, if you think about it, is almost entirely solar powered already. If it wasn't for the Earth, we would be with a frozen dark ice ball about 3 degrees above absolute zero. But the sun keeps us warm, it provides the whole system of precipitation. It is the energy source, or there's the energy foundation for almost the entire ecosystem of life as we know it. Obviously, one wants to be careful and make sure that any nuclear power plant that is open can be resilient against such a scenario. If it can, and there's a good scientific basis for concluding that, then I think it actually does make sense to reopen on a selective basis the nuclear power plants that are resilient against its melting. That's why I was saying.
Thank you so much.
You've opened up your patents, and it seems like a very significant thing for a corporate company to do. What's your strategy behind it, and how do you intend to keep up your competitive advantage in the field of electricals?
Sure. Well, the reason for open sourcing our patents, or essentially making them available to anyone who wants to use them, is to help encourage the development of electric vehicles, even if they are competitive electric vehicles. I think it's extremely important to the world that we accelerate the advent of sustainable transport. And I don't want Tesla to do anything that would slow it down. Now this may turn out to be, in the future, people may look back at it and say, well, this was a pretty foolish decision, and now you've got your butt kicked. That may be the case, in which case, well,